Over 1 billion people across 190 countries now mobilize for Earth Day simultaneously. Securing this level of global coordination is a modern development. In the mid-20th century, protecting the environment occupied no space on the American political agenda. In the 1960s, factories legally pumped toxic waste directly into streams. Lead-laced smoke billowed from smokestacks with zero federal oversight. The modern environmental movement was forged as a survival response to this lethal baseline. In 1962, biologist Rachel Carson published Silent Spring, which alerted the public to the invisible, persistent threat of synthetic pesticides. Intellectual concern soon turned into visceral alarm. In Ohio, the Cuyahoga River became so saturated with chemical waste that the water actually caught fire. By 1969, an oil rig blowout in Santa Barbara coated the coast in crude oil, killing thousands of marine animals and forcing workers to manually shovel the sludge from the beaches. While these disasters fueled public anger, there was no organized mechanism to force the government to address them. The crisis required a specific framework, a way to convert local outrage into federal legislative power. Senator Gaylord Nelson realized that the teach-in strategy used by anti-war protesters could be applied to environmental protection. He recruited activist Dennis Hayes to scale this campus-level strategy into a unified national protest. They chose April 22nd specifically because it sat in the window between spring break and final exams, ensuring the highest possible student participation. On April 22, 1970, millions of Americans flooded streets and parks in the largest grassroots demonstration in the country's history. The turnout was massive. 20 million people participated, representing 10% of the entire United States population at the time. This structural synchronization merged thousands of local protests into a singular, undeniable threat to the political establishment. The sheer volume of mobilized voters forced politicians to respond to avoid losing their seats. By December of 1970, the federal government authorized the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency. Landmark laws followed in rapid succession: the Clean Air Act, the Clean Water Act, and the Endangered Species Act. In less than a year, public mobilization turned environmental protection into a non-negotiable legislative mandate. In 1990, Denny Hayes returned to apply this same blueprint to an international audience. This network visualization shows the 1990 expansion, connecting 200 million people across 141 nations. This international reach established Earth Day as a primary platform for multinational environmental alignment. This global standing led to Earth Day 2016 being chosen as the date for the signing of the Paris Agreement. The event provides a synchronized moment that forces international governments to reconcile their domestic policies with global climate science. In 1970, the target was visible smoke and burning rivers. Today, the crisis involves systemic, often invisible atmospheric shifts. The theme for Earth Day 2026 is Our Power, Our Planet. The movement's primary objective this year is a global transition to renewable energy. To meet this, the movement is demanding a tripling of global clean electricity generation by 2030. The goal has moved from stopping local pollution to re-engineering the global energy grid. Modern perceptions of Earth Day often center on individual conservation acts like planting trees or removing litter. Historically, however, the movement functions as an operational blueprint for forcing legal and industrial accountability. The grassroots pressure that created the EPA in 1970 is the same force required to achieve the renewable energy transition in 2026. The history of April 22 proves that when society organizes around a technical objective, federal and international systems shift to accommodate the demand.